Crude oil is the lifeline of Nigeria's economy. It's been so for several years. It accounts for about 90% of export earnings, and it's the main source of government revenue. And the government holds as much as 50 to 60% shares in joint ventures with international oil companies operating in Nigeria. The government has not stated how much of its stakes in the oil sector is up for sale, but it says the proceeds would be invested in other ventures with promising returns.
We're looking at the joint venture oil assets to take some from oil and move into non-oil. Things like the railway program, our road infrastructure program, because it is important that we diversify the economy. We're moving in that direction, but we have a lot more to do to have a full and effective diversification of the economy.
The government hopes to raise about $2.3 billion from the sale of its shares in the oil sector. But industry observers think the move is only beneficial in the short run.
In the short term, it appears to be smart to fill gaps as it is at the moment. But in the medium to long term, it is not a smart move because you earn so much from this already. Now, the more you divest, the more you reduce your capacity to earn from this investment, because then your capacity to earn from this investment you would have reduced dividends back to the government of the federation. You would have also reduced revenue in terms of profit share from the profit made by these investments, to the federal government. So what you will be left with would just be the tax, the production tax, the profit tax, and the rest that will be left. So in the medium to long term, it's not a smart move.
The government went public with the idea of divesting some of its stakes in the oil sector in November last year. That was a time when global oil prices plunged to an all-time low, and the sector was largely unprofitable. But global oil prices have been recovering lately, and the feeling is that there's no more incentive to let go of government stakes in oil, from which it earns an estimated $17 billion yearly. Kelechi Emekalam, CGTN Abuja, Nigeria.